guys, it's me again, and I'm here to do a movie review. And this one is going to be, one that you could probably go watch online right now, but I just watched it on a movie website, and it's totally free to go watch and everything. And this movie is called The Little Prince, and I actually did a trailer reaction to this like not too long ago, so you can go and check that out. But essentially, the plot is about this mother who wants everything right for her child. She had the highest education, and she just wants her child to do what is her qualification of best, even though it's probably not all that healthy to be focused on just work all the time, especially at a young age. And they decide to move to this very high profile society city. And they come, like, their neighbor is an old man who has like a lost dream about telling his story to somebody who will listen to him. And so the little girl, goes and listens to his story about the little prince, basically. And for something that is from a foreign country, but has to have some type of passion being put into this movie. It's really has a lot of depth for something that I mean, granted, I've seen before, but I really like the message that do not grow up too fast. Do not always focus on work, and what society says you can and can't do. I mean, films like that, and I know we had Inside Out, and just films out there who make you feel like you want to be a kid again. And it's just like a kind relationship that this girl and this old man that they have, like just sharing Little Prince story, and the child, and pretty much the girl, like just trying to have a normal childhood instead of being all rule oriented every single time that the mother wants her to work. She's just off having a childhood. And it's I don't know many people who have that type of problem. I'm sure there are some people out there who want their child to do the best at everything, and with that comes the consequence that they're probably not going to grow up having a normal childhood. And I really, like stories that have to deal with childhood versus reality. And it's a message that you see sometimes in animated films. Like, for instance, you see that in Inside Out, the progression of a child, from just growing up in general. And this film portrays that, but it portrays that in a more type of, hey, we're going to compare these things to more. We're going to compare a kind of surreal society versus this whole fantasy thing, versus this whole fantasy story. And it's it's that type of movie where stuff in the fantasy world, like relates to the things in the real world. And I like a film that can do that. And it's something like amazing to see, because even the animation, like sticks out, really. Like the computer generated stuff, I know it's from a foreign country, but it's impressive for what they had in terms of like the 3D over there. But in terms of the actual paper mache stop motion type animation that they use in there, it's absolutely gorgeous. I pretty much like, I've never seen anything like it ever. And maybe because I just don't watch that many foreign animated films from, I mean, I normally stick to the US animated films and sometimes Canada, but I just don't see much of that. But unless there is something like that, in that case, I'm sorry. But this animation right here, it's just beautiful to look at. I wish somebody would do, like, this type of animation here, see how that plays out. But it's just amazing to see, like, this type of art and ambition put into this, like, put into this movie that is frankly not from the US. And that's sad that we just don't get that. We get, like, strong, like, opinions sometimes put in our animation in the US, but we don't get this type of creativity here. I mean, because we're just so rural. We just need, like, it, it's like a, I don't know how to put it, but it's like a formula being put into these animated films. I mean, it has to be, it can't be all too dramatic, maybe in some little bits, but it can't be all too dramatic. It has to be a comedy, everything like that. I'm just like, can we get, like, can we get some variety here? I mean, I don't want to go back to between 2010 and 2011 where it was just the same movie over and over again. But yeah, but I found this movie very, very engaging and very sweet too, and a really good creative movie in terms of the art style department. Would I say that this is a great movie? Like, it's kind of on the borderline between a good movie and a great movie, but I can understand people wanting to put this up on a much higher rating than it's perceived to be, because personally for me, I have not seen enough foreign films to really rank it as high. Like, I've seen, like, I just normally stick to Western animation, and I think Inside Out did this better, but I think that the art style in here is a much more better, appealing version than Inside Out. So yeah, that's pretty much it. As for my rating, I think I'm going to have to give this about 7 out of 10. I mean, it's a really good movie. It's a really good movie, and it's just, if nothing else, just to go see the art style. The ones that appeal to me most this year have that type of personal childhood center feel and have a unique art style. So I hope you guys enjoyed that review, and I will be back to hopefully do a top 10 list on my 2015 best and worst animated films. And I hope to see you guys then. And as always, JC Animation Critic out. See you guys later. Take care.